G'day everybody. Well, good to be back. It's been about a month since my last video, maybe even 6 weeks now. And we took a couple of hits and I decided to take some time off and get myself right again. And it's been an exciting time. And let me tell you all about it. And without being funny about it, humanity, get off your knees. Independence is not given, it is taken. Fist to face. It's the only way to do it. And right now, we are in the last few pages of a book that closes with humanity being enslaved forever. First thing I want to announce is my upcoming documentary. It's called Alabar Jones Speaks to Demonkind. And for those of you who are not familiar with my work, I'm a professional exorcist. And if you've seen some of my work on my other YouTube channel, this is Alabar Jones 2. Alabar Jones 1 got shadow banned. So if you're watching this from Alabar Jones 1, please come through to Alabar Jones 2. And I'm saying things that are interesting enough to get shadow banned. But on there's a video where you see the demons talking directly to me through this girl's mouth. And sometimes the primary intelligence comes through. So not one of the bad guy's minions, but the bad guy himself. You'll know these names from the Bible. You'll know these names from around town. And I interview them. And and there's enough of them coming through. They all seem to know who I am and they all want to talk to me. There's enough of this going on that there's material for a documentary. So voila, isn't that cool? And I'm absolutely stunned, to be honest, that nobody in the spiritual milieu has done this before. Like, it's in every religion talks about them, be they demons or Ouija, where we get the word Ouija board, or jinn or genies, or Butpret, or Mogwai if you're Chinese, or all of them. Like they've all got this feature in the spiritual world, and it's been passed down for thousands of years through thousands of generations. And nobody around here talks about it. So get ready for something original and interesting. And we'll actually get to know what our enemy is, who they are, what they do, what they're about, and why this world is such a mess. How their involvement here messes everything up for us. And another reason to subscribe to the channel is that very, very soon on here, I'll be publishing what we call a company structure, or I don't know, like, when the FBI investigates a crime family and they join the dots and the relationships, well, I've done that for Demonkind. Their whole operation will be laid out in a YouTube video in the very near future. Because of the amount of contact time, the amount of intel, the bits I've put together, this is who they are, what they do, and how they function. Again, nobody's done that. Nobody's been anywhere near that. And it's actually the first step of taking an organization down like that down. You'll know the names of the guys who run it as something like Santa and something like Lucifer. I don't say their names for good reasons. But yeah, we're actually rounding the bend on closing down their whole operation. It's going to be cool. In other news, the team I've been working with has split up. One of the other guys, he's a really excellent meditator, and we did a lot of good work together. He decided that he wanted to run the show, and so he told all the right stories and spread all the right lies about me to our team members so that they would work with him. And within a month of him doing that, the whole thing's collapsed and fallen apart. It's good job, mate. Good job. Well done. Because vanity is a really good way to run anything. And worse still, I think he's crossed the line into the dark side. He's, he started doing, he didn't have any balance or anything like that. He started doing missions like 10, 12 hours a day nonstop. They set a trap for him. He was so gung-ho that he didn't see it coming. And they've brought him into an illusionary world. They've created a holodeck around him. And everything he sees is not real. His work has no impact because he's shadowboxing. And, I can't reach him. I can't talk to him. Talking with the Silver Legion about him, and they wanted to go fight him. And I said, no, don't do that. Don't engage in that. He's a fallen soldier. He's a good guy. He fought as hard as anybody, but, you know, he got hurt. And now he's in a place where no one can reach him. You know, he was playing with his sanity and he lost it. Good luck to you. I hope things work out better for you than they are now. Enough said on that topic. I don't want to breathe any more life into it. And another thing that's coming up in 2023 is a book I'm releasing on sacred geometry. Sacred geometry as the programming language for our matrix. Again, something that has not been seen or done before, but there are 8 sacred geometric shapes, and when they're combined in different ways, they make words. It's a language. I haven't seen this research anywhere else. We're looking at the nuts and bolts of reality here. This is like the mystic version of how the universe is put together. And like all good research, it tells us something original, something we haven't seen or heard of before. And that something is what it means to be fully healed. Within this research, there is actually a method of knowing what being fully healed looks like. There's a test, there's a whole system. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. But I'll be publishing that soon. Yet again, subscribe to the channel when you want to hear it, so to make sure you hear about that. And so now, ladies and gents, we get to the whole point of this video. And that point is, how does humanity actually achieve its sovereignty? And there are quite a few points I want to make here. And the first point is that independence can't be given to you. It has to come from within. And this is humanity's story too. There is no group of fantastic, wonderful aliens that can come from the sky or from up under the ground who can teach us how to be independent. It's something that we evolve on our own. And in fact, maybe this whole shebang is really about a test for humanity to grow up, to transition from being teenagers into young adults, to take responsibility for everything that we are and everything that we do. Could be that. The idea that there are one or many species of aliens who are benevolent and who want to come and give us back the planet, I think it's just total nonsense. Total nonsense. These alien species are a squillion years old. They've been flying around the galaxy for all of human history. They know exactly what's going on this planet because they've seen everything before. They've seen everything. They know exactly what's happening here. And for thousands of years, they've done nothing about it. Nothing at all. Nothing. They know that humanity has a consciousness infection. It has a consciousness infection through demons, and it has a problem with an elite caste of half humans and non-humans who are pulling the strings on their human puppets on this planet. Everybody knows it. It's becoming increasingly obvious. And so they've had agents here forever, and nobody is taking humanity's side. Nobody's looking out for humanity's interests. All of these groups are looking at humanity as either a resource, to be harvested, or an impediment to taking over the planet, I suppose. The total dominance of this planet. And I want you to think about, whichever rescuer species you choose, and let's go a step even further. Is it Ashtar Command? Is it Galactic Federation of Light? Galactic Federation of Planets? The Council of 4, 6, 9, 12, however many there are. And these are like political goons. Like, these guys, they forward the agenda, which is always the same. Humanity, do nothing. We've got you. We'll rescue you. Probably in January. I mean February. I mean June. How about October? How about next year? And the dates keep moving forward. Like, it's the same message over and over again. And never is it about human empowerment. Never do they say, take control of your own life, take control of your own species, and be who you're supposed to be. No, they say, sit tight. We'll take care of your enemies. Maybe one day, I don't know. We're going to do that. I don't think we're going to do that well. just keep telling the story. Great. It's pathetic, actually, that people buy into this. This is like the most obvious con that there's ever been. And I want you to think for a moment about Earth's colonial history, right? And whichever colonial power shows up and decides and has, whichever one shows up, immediately the local culture starts to imitate the invader culture because of, for whatever reasons, but technological prowess being one of them. And the formula is identical for planet Earth and one of these star-faring species. And I want you to think about that colonist, invader, rescuer species, whichever one you want to call it. I want you to think about them sitting around in their high command, right? Like a whole room of these guys sitting in council going, oh yeah, well, planet Earth has incredible resources, heaps and heaps of everything that we could dream of. It's also in a sector of the galaxy that's important because of the local crossroads that leads here, there, and everywhere. And so if we had a base here, we would be able to we'd be able to build our ships here, we'd be able to build our materials, expand our population here, and then stretch out through that crossroads portal into the rest of the galaxy. And, our particular species, our power and influence in the galaxy would increase greatly because this is a really great planet. What are we going to do with the humans? Well, I know we should give up all of that military advancement and like our investment of years and resources and power to reclaim it. But, to be honest, we should it would be the nicest thing to do to give it back to the humans. It would be nice. Yeah, but this is politics, baby. Like, get real. Nobody gives stuff away. Why would you give away a whole bloody planet? Who expects us to believe this nonsense? Who's giving away whole planets? What? Joking, right? This is the story we're supposed to soak up. I don't get it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And whichever species are here, they've been here for a long time. They're talking to governments, as we definitely know. And that, and we know the reptilians here, so they would have had to have some kind of working relationship with those guys, be they good or bad guys. They have to have some kind of treaty to be able to operate here. And to think that the kind of guys who go into treaty with the reptilians are gonna look after us? Are you kidding? Like, we know this stuff. This stuff's so obvious, it flabbergasts me. I don't get it. But I could ridicule this story all day long, but it's pointless until I offer an answer, until I offer a remedy. And what do we got? What do we got? We got con artists running wild. We've got a lot of spiritual pussies who I meet all the time who will not lift a finger to save their species. Will not even try. It upsets me. I'll just put it lightly. Is humanity not worth fighting for? Is planet Earth not worth fighting for? We watched them over the last few years inject people with graphene oxide, who knows what else, and call it and lie to us and tell us it's for our health, when the opposite is clearly true. We've watched them crack down in policing. We've watched the surveillance state grow into being. And what have we done? We sat on our hands step by step. It's kind of sad. I have a group, and our current goal is to take down Santa and Lucifer. There's a reason why I don't say their names. And I want you to think about the elites who have sold out our species and how their number one guys, the ace up their sleeve, the invisible hand that rescues them from so much, is their relationship with Santa and Lucifer. If we have a way to take them out, that all of the support that the elites have for doing their nefarious deeds, it would evaporate in a day if they weren't here. It would all be over. And we can watch it all end within a few weeks. But I'm still looking for good people who give a stuff about humanity, people who give a stuff about our planet. The way through is sticking up for ourselves. It's not about turning the other cheek. I hear lots and lots of good material about self-healing in our communities. It's really, really well understood how to heal yourself. There are hundreds and hundreds of good techniques, good systems, ways of doing it. And I've studied 15 or so of them, I know what's going on out there. But nobody's talking about what you do after that. Like, first you take care of yourself, then you take care of other people, and you take care of the community, and then you can take care of the planet. And that's precisely what I'm talking about. I'm looking for people who are willing to stand up to fight for our planet, because we may not keep it if we don't. If these idiots are left to run riot and do all of the crazy things that they want to, then maybe we'll lose it, Maybe we'll lose something we never realized we had. But I do know one thing. If humanity doesn't fight for itself, if it's not capable and competent to defend its territory, this planet, then the next group of aliens, whether they paint themselves as good or bad, more or less benevolent or malevolent, we just don't know yet. However they paint themselves, they'll take over. We won't stop them because we don't know how. So we never try. Nobody's scared of us. Nobody gives a second thought, because right now we are a bit of a joke. But nothing turns ahead like a fist to the face. If we can land the kinds of blows that take some of these bad guys off the board, then just maybe we'll keep this planet. Yeah, just maybe. Anyway, I love you all. There's plenty more to come, and I don't know what you guys think, but I at least know that this message is original. Yep. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, it helps me. There's always one thing I like to say as well for my private practice, is that all mental health issues are caused by demonic interference, every single one. So if you're not getting the results that you like from the treatments you're taking, then by all means, get in touch and we'll chitty chat about that. Yeah, but we can do this, people. It's not as hard as you think. It's not dangerous when it's done right. And our enemies are so much weaker than us. I can't tell you how easy it is to crush them, like our teams have been doing for the last 2 years. I love you all. See you later. Bye for now.